if you were to create a heaven on earth, what would that look like for you? What would that look like for you? What does your version of heaven on earth look like? Like for real, just go there. Imagine it. Let's take a deep breath together. Just ground into your body. Just take some breaths. In and out. Just feel the weight of your bum on your chair or on the floor. Just breathe. Just breathe. Now I want you to become aware of the room that you're in. Keep your eyes closed. And just be aware of the space that's around you. Where the nearest thing is, window, door, chair. Feel the room as if your eyes are open, but keep them closed. I want you to go a step further outside your home, just in your neighborhood. Whether you're in a condo or a house in a suburb or in a downtown city, or you're in a RV, or you are in a cabin in the woods, wherever you are, it doesn't matter. Now imagine your neighborhood and your neighbors. If you know your neighbors, give them a hello. If you don't, still give them a hello. These are the people who live closest to you. You must have something in common because you've all chosen to live in this area, right? What do you guys love about this area? Go there. Is there a park? Is there water? Is there a beach? Is there a store? Is there a coffee shop? Is there a restaurant? What is around your immediate neighborhood that you and your neighbors seemingly seem to really enjoy? And just kind of float yourself there. What do you enjoy about this space? What makes you happy about this space? And it can be anything. You know, if it's a restaurant, is it like or a cafe, is it the people that work there? Is it just the environment, the atmosphere? If it's a park, why? Is there a lot of stuff for kids, or do you have memories of your kids being there? Or is it like a forest trail with like, you've had so many good hikes, or you've cycled around there? Like, what is it? A store that you've maybe bought cool things in? Maybe it's all of the above. Can you feel that joy? See if you can put a pin in where you feel it. Just take a minute, keep your eyes closed, and just take a breath in and then out. And put a pin, like almost like a pin in a map, where you feel this joy, this sense of, I really like this place. It's fun here, it's cool, it's lovely, it's so nourishing, it's so great. I have so many amazing memories. Even if you don't like where you are, find that. And put a pin in that in your body right now. Okay, let's take another breath. Okay, now I want you to broaden your awareness. Keep your eyes closed and just keep breathing. You're not doing anything wrong here. You're perfectly exactly where you are meant to be. And now imagine your wider city or town or whatnot, or the next major city. How big is this city? Thousands and thousands, millions, hundreds. How many people? How big is this city? Feel its bigness or smallness. It's more strangers, right? Less people you know. Maybe just a little edgier, like, ooh, that's unfamiliar. I don't know about that. You don't know, maybe you have some favorite places in this bigger city. Maybe you actually live in a bigger city, and so this is already familiar to you. And you've got your favorite places all over the place. You know, that corner of the city has got that restaurant, that corner of the city has got that park, and that corner of the city has got this, whatever. Or maybe it's, yeah, I don't like any of it. It's good too. It's good too. Both of those feelings are welcome here. Feel them, because we need to find compassion and love. So if you are in your extended city and you're not feeling it, you're like, oh God, I'm so glad I don't live in the city anymore. And, you know, okay, feel that. Feel that disturbance in the force field. We don't need to analyze why. It doesn't matter. You have your reasons. You don't have to justify yourself. But can you sit with that for a minute? Just feel it. Now I want you to go back to, in your mind's eye, to your favorite place in your immediate neighborhood, just for a second. And remember where you put that pin in? Feel that. And then we'll go back out to the bigger city, whether you loved it there or not. And we'll pick up again and we'll go even wider now. We will go to the entire state or province of where you are. Are there places in this state or province you've never been? Are you curious about it, or can you not be bothered about it? Would you like to go and explore, or are you kind of like, yeah, it's all right? Feel into where you are on that for your wider state or province. There might be some neutrality here because you haven't been. Maybe there's a lack of interest, or maybe there's an excitement because you're like, oh my God, I remembered I wanted to go visit that part of this state or this province. And oh my gosh, yes, I want to go visit there. I haven't been forever, or I really want to go. Wherever you are, just be there. Now, I want you to imagine all of the people that you don't know. All of the people. that live in this state or province with you. You don't know who they are, the vast majority of them. You have your peeps, and they might be scattered around this state or province, but for the most part, you don't know everyone. So imagine all these little people doing their little things, getting their groceries, watching Netflix, having sex, doing the things that people do. Playing with their kids, taking their pets for walks, fighting, arguing with one another. Even the not so great stuff that humans do to one another. It's all there, whether we like it or not. It's all there. So imagine all of these people kind of doing their thing, and you're just like, wow, okay. You're watching them. So now, if you were going to create a heaven on earth, what would that look like for you? And just go there. What would that look like for you? Would it, what would you wish for all of these people? If you were in your heart, that place that we pinned before, what would you want for all of these people? How do you want them to feel? How do you want their lives to look and feel like? And now, bearing in mind, I know we can't change anyone, we can't control, we can't save, none of that. That's not what this is about at all. This is about you creating heaven on earth. So, what does that look like? Maybe there's a lot of communal stuff, gatherings, food and music and dancing. What could it be in your heaven on earth? Maybe there's a lot of gardens. Everybody's gardening. Everybody has their own garden, including all those people in the condos in the downtown cities. Maybe there's way more wild animals roaming through and we just respect it. Maybe there's a lot more nature. We stopped cutting down so many trees. Or maybe you like a world where people are in their homes, minding their own business, doing their own things, and watching life from a screen. Those cycle machines that have the screen and the app, and you're feeling connected through a computer screen, and you've got your laptop and those connection softwares that we have that allow us to be able to speak to one another and see one another in real time without needing to leave our living room. Ordering stuff online, having it delivered to our door, not having to see another human if we don't want to. Is that a world that makes you feel really good? If so, then that's amazing. That's your world. That's your heaven on earth. I just want you to get very, very, very clear. What is your heaven on earth? If you were to wave a magic wand and make everything in this world better, what would that be? And I'm going to keep asking until you answer it for yourself, because it's okay to answer. It's your imagination. It's safe for you to create heaven on earth. It is safe for you to create heaven on earth. Just keep breathing, feeling heaven on earth. What is it? Really feel that. How does that feel for you? Where do you feel that in your body? And when you've found that place, put a pin in it. And is it the same place as your favorite spot? Is it somewhere different? Is it bigger? Smaller? Just keep breathing and keep imagining all those people in that province or state. What are they doing that's making them feel really happy? Really happy. What are they doing? What are they doing for work? How do they play with their kids? How do they date? How do they have relationships together? How do we treat one another? How do we treat our strangers in this heaven on earth? How do we treat strangers on heaven on earth? Are we compassionate and loving, or are we angry? Like, what is this on heaven on earth? How do you wish to address the strangers in your city, in this heaven on earth? Now, bear in mind that we are still dealing with people, and people have their own opinions, and people have their own mindset, and people have their own views, and people have their own way of living. So how do we feel about that? Does our heaven on earth consist of, people being more like the same? Or does it consist of individualization? Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Neither one is good, neither one is bad. It's your heaven on earth. What do you want it to look like, smell like, feel like, taste like? Now I want to bring you back through the state or province, back through the city. Hey, everybody's doing this heaven on earth thing, and it feels good, right? Like it feels good. It's like, yeah, I like this. I could like really get on board with this lifestyle. Maybe it's very similar to your own personal lifestyle, and now it's like everybody's doing it, and it feels really good. There's a sense of oneness, there's a sense of connection, there's a sense of happiness, and like you can't wait to like just be participatory in this world, however that looks. People are smiling because they too think that this is heaven on earth. And so now you're back in your room with your beautiful things around you. Or maybe you're in a hotel room, or maybe you're in a room that you don't like. It doesn't matter. You are back in your room. And come back into your body. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Keep those eyes closed. I want you to just sit for a moment. I want you to take a breath in. And exhale. Take another breath in. And exhale. Now, before we finish here, I want you to take this feeling of where you put the pin and see how you can keep that feeling with you throughout the day. Even in the face of non-heaven on earth, the opposite of what you just imagined showing up in your face or in your sphere or with somebody you know. Imagine that feeling of love. And when you're faced with something that is like, oh, it's such a record scratch and it's such a no and it's such a, that doesn't belong in my heaven on earth. What? Go to that place in your heart or wherever it was, that feeling that you pinned, and remember it. And when you take deep breaths in that space, it anchors it into your body even more. And I want you to overflow that sensation and that feeling onto this thing that might be causing the record scratch or whatever it is in your heaven on earth. We're not zapping it away. We're loving it. Because your heaven on earth is about things you love. And it doesn't always mean that the things that we love have to be perfect and smooth all the time. Roses have thorns. Lions bite. Like, we have beauty and hurt all in one, everywhere we look, including ourselves. So when we experience hurt, pain, deep discomfort, deep unsettling things, unfairness, our biggest superpower is to love on it. Love it. You don't hate the rose because it has thorns. You just learn to hold around it. You don't judge the rose because it has thorns. You just learn to love it the way it is. This neutralizes it and allows you to continue to be able to create your heaven on earth. Come back into your body even more now. You can move your ankles and your wrists and your arms. Start to move your body, your butt. You can keep your eyes closed and take a breath in and exhale it out. Take another breath in and exhale it out. And you can blink your eyes open and really come back into your room and really just get into your heart and think about how can you start to cultivate this heaven on earth in your actual reality right now. And I invite you to go back to this meditation to develop that even more and get even more clear on what that looks like for you.